Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Arrow Season 6. So this is going to be my trailer breakdown for Episode 5, otherwise entitled Deathstroke Returns. So obviously before we get into the rest of the video, let's actually watch the trailer.
I need you to help me find my son.
Your boy was snooping around some not so nice guys.
Where is my son?
The situation is complicated.
Trust me on this one. Don't make this man angry.
Arrow, all new this Thursday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
So wow, these are the couple of episodes that a lot of people have been looking forward to. So this is the start of the two-part Deathstroke story for this season, which as I said, have been highly anticipated. But obviously before we get into the rest of the video, I will be announcing the winner of my giveaway from last week's Arrow trailer breakdown. So if you did enter that from last week, be sure to stick around until the end of this video to find out if you won that giveaway. So last episode was not even arguably, just was the worst episode of this season so far. Everyone that basically reviews the show didn't enjoy it too much. Like it was just average, if not below average. And a lot of the major media outlets did give it a negative review for the most part, for at least the majority of the episode. Some parts of the episode were, praised, I guess you could say, but for the most part, the episode was quite disappointing. But the episode did end off with Oliver receiving a phone call, and it sounded pretty positive, as if he was talking to like William or Razor the maid or something like that, and we found out he was actually talking to Slade Wilson. So just that conversation shows you how Slade and Oliver are at the moment in regards to their relationships. It's pretty friendly. But before we actually break down this actual trailer, we will quickly go over the synopsis for this episode, which does give us a bit more information that isn't actually put into that trailer. But before that, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you're looking forward to in this episode, and I'm pretty sure there's a decent amount of you that will be commenting just a little character known as Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. So yeah, just leave all of your opinions down there, and be sure to drop a like on the video if you do go on to enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Slade returns and asks Oliver for help in tracking down his son. When they learn Joe has been taken hostage by mercenaries, their mission to save him gets complicated by a terrible revelation that could shatter Slade's hopes of reunion forever. Meanwhile, Vigilante reappears in Star City. So yeah, basically Slade comes back and he actually needs help from Oliver, which is pretty interesting. As we know in episode 1, they sort of did set this up that, Slade and Oliver were on good terms again. Then at the end of season 5, in the finale, we know that Oliver had actually given information to Slade on the whereabouts of his son Joe. So that's basically what Slade's been doing, since, the end of season 5. He's been trying to find his son, and he's faced a few obstacles that now he needs Oliver's help to sort of get over and complete that journey in finding Joe. And I think this premise of Oliver and Slade having their own sort of mini mission, if you want to call it that, is awesome. And I hope we actually get more of this, depending on what they do with Slade throughout this like 2-story or 2-episode arc, because they could go down a darker path in episode 6. We don't know, but hopefully they leave it with Slade and Oliver, still on good terms, but like not wanting to team up every single week and become a new crime-fighting duo. Hopefully they leave it so there's still like a bit of grey area on Slade. Like he still has some malicious intentions, but deep down he is just a dude trying to get by. So hopefully they do set something up with Slade in this like 2-episode arc, where in the future we could come back to more sort of stories with Oliver and Slade working together. Now we do get our first look at young Joe Wilson here with a rugby ball, just to hammer it home that he is Australian, because they couldn't have him holding like an American football or a hockey stick or something like that. Have to have him holding the rugby ball. Now there is going to be 2 Joes in this episode, or in this 2-episode arc, or at least just this episode. We know there's going to be 2 Joes. In the next episode, the episode 6, they might not have flashbacks, including the younger Joe, we don't know. But there will be this young Joe right here, as we can see, and there will be a present day or older Joe Wilson, who we've seen in another like trailer, the sizzle reel that they released a couple of weeks ago. We do see the older Joe Wilson there. Now they're both played by Australian actors, which is always a good move, because as I've mentioned before in some other videos, not necessarily based on Arrow, but some other videos, when people try to impersonate an Australian accent, it can sometimes come across as a bit of a meme, like they're trying to make fun of it, and it just comes across really bad. So just get an Australian actor, it makes it 20 times easier. But this is actually really interesting, because it does show us we're going to be getting like flashbacks to not only Slade post Lian Yu, which I thought we might have got, we're actually going to get flashbacks to Slade in his much happier days before he even left to go to Lian Yu, which does mean we might get Billy Wintergreen. This could be Billy Wintergreen that's taken the photo right here, because we know they were very good friends. So a lot of people have been wanting Billy Wintergreen back in Arrow, and this could be Billy Wintergreen that's actually taking that photo with that definitely outdated digital camera. Holy crap, look at that thing. But yeah, I'm actually very, very excited now, because I thought the flashbacks were just going to be post Lian Yu. You know, like Slade getting back to normal life after getting stabbed in the eye and stuff like that. But we're going to get him before he actually went to Lian Yu. So we're going to get some like contrast, which is awesome. Now, obviously, as I said, Oliver's helping Slade. We do see Oliver trying to, you know, help out Slade verbally with some people here. And it's going to be very hard to contain Slade, because as we know, he's trying to get his son. It's not like it's like a mission where Slade's getting paid or something like that. This is a personal mission for Slade, so it's going to be hard to like keep his emotions in, you know, in control. And I think that's one of the missions that Oliver's going to face. He's got to try avoid getting killed, but then also try and like calm Slade down, just try and keep him on track. Now, if you didn't know, they're actually heading to Kaznia. We've actually been to Kaznia before on Arrow in Season 3, when Diggle took the Suicide Squad there, and they went to possibly save that politician or whoever he was, and then we actually found out that he was the one causing it all, that storyline, whatever. And that was the same episode that Deadshot died as well. So yeah, just think back to that episode if you want to get a picture in your head of what Kaznia is like. So essentially that's where Joe Wilson is. As the synopsis does say, he's being held hostage by mercenaries. Will be interesting to see whether those mercenaries were tied to Slade Wilson possibly in the past, and they're getting revenge on Slade by taking his son. We'll have to wait and see. And it will also be interesting to see how Joe got into that situation. I think that might be one of the story arcs. We know that he's working for the Australian, or the ASIS, which is like the Australian security thing, but I don't know if they don't necessarily go on a mission there, so he must have been doing something else to get in that position. We'll have to wait and see. But one part in this trailer which just looks awesome, and I cannot wait to see it in the episode, is when it looks like Deathstroke is going on like a solo slaughter through these Kaznian people. It looks like he is just raged out and he is going mental. As we know, the Mirakuru isn't in Slade's system, but we all know Slade's a bit of a maniac. I think even without Mirakuru, he could definitely tear through some people here, and I cannot wait to see it go down. Now, as the synopsis does quickly mention and briefly mention towards the end of it, Vigilante will be back in this episode. He's going to be reappearing in Star City. Now, in one of the other trailers, I've mentioned this in a couple of videos, it does look like Vigilante reveals his identity. Just because he's in this episode, doesn't mean like it's going to get revealed in this episode. He could be appearing next episode in episode 6, and that could be when we get his identity or something like that. But yeah, so it's awesome to have Vigilante back because he's been gone for a little while. And yeah, but let me know if you think they will reveal Vigilante's identity in this episode, and if you want to add, who do you think it is? So yeah, as I said, this is only the first half of this 2-episode story. There's much more to come. I am very interested to see what they cover in this episode, and possibly what they tease like on a cliffhanger leading into the second part, because as I said, it's highly anticipated, this 2-episode story. Hopefully they get it right. Hopefully there's no bullcrap like episode 4 had. And I'm just excited. I'm sure a lot of you guys are. And yeah, it's Deathstroke, it's Arrow, it's awesome. But now let's get on to the winner of the giveaway from last week, which was for a green Arrow shirt. And the winner is Joshua Ashok. Hopefully I've pronounced that right. So Josh, or Joshua, just message me on YouTube to sort out your prize, and I'll get that out to you as soon as possible. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on the video to show your support for the video and the channel as a whole. Let me know in the comments section down below what you're looking forward to most in this episode. Did I miss out on anything in the trailer that you think is important? Just let me know down there. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.